Okay, dear friends, last lecturer we discussed about how to convert the decimal number to its binary equivalent. Let us see one more example to convert a decimal number 37 to its binary equivalent. So here you can see the steps are given. What have to do? You have to divide the 37. You will getting the quotient after dividing by 2. So that quotient again in step 2 you have to divide by 2. So you are getting the quotient and the remainder. So in the first step you are getting the remainder, that is a 1 here. So that is a LSB. So this process has to continue till you get the quotient 0. So the last step you can see divide 1 by 2. So here you are getting the MSB as 1. So you have to arrange the number from downwards to upwards. So the downwards is called as a MSB, and the first division is called as a LSB. Last division is called as a MSB. So finally we are getting the number as 1 1 0 0 1 0 1. So this is the binary equivalent to the decimal number 37. Okay, so this is one of the example how to convert from one form to another form. Okay, next is let us see the one more example called as a fractional decimal to binary conversion. How to convert a decimal number which is a of fractional, means the numbers after the decimal point. So for this we have to multiply the fractional number and the integer which is generated have to be taken as a carry. So the first multiplication gives the MSB, and second multiplication again gives the second carry, third and fourth. So the carries have to be recorded, the carries which are generated called as a MSB, and the final last multiplication we are getting the LSB. Let us see the example how this works. Here you can see convert 0.8125. So let us see the example how the conversion takes place of the fractional decimal number. So this is a fractional decimal number called as a 0.8125. That is a decimal fractional number we want to convert into binary equivalent. So first step, here you can see this is a fractional number. We have to multiply this fractional number by 2. So base is 2. So you are getting the result 1 point after multiplication, you are getting the result 1.625. So this 1 integer you have to take it as a carry. So that carry is called as a MSB. And after taking the integer, this 1, the remaining fractional number left out is 0.625. Okay, with carry of 1. So this 0.625 again in the next step you have to multiply here. So 0.625 multiplied by 2. So we will get here 1.25 again. So 1.25. So instead of 1.25, the integer you have to take it as a carry here. So that will be shown here. And the fractional number is which is left out is a 0.25. So this 0.25 again you have to multiply in the third step here by 2. So you will get 0.5. So 0.5 with carry. How much is the carry generated? 0. So here you can see the 0. Then this is the carry. So 0.5 again you have to multiply it by 2 in the fourth step. You will get the 1.0. And as I told, the integer you have to take it as a carry. So here the integer is a 1 and left out is 0. So that is the last step. So after this you are getting the MSB. After first multiplication you are getting the MSB, and last is LSB. So 1 1 0 1, okay, is equivalent of fractional decimal number 0.8125. So the result will be you are getting 0.1101 is equivalent of 0.8125 decimal. So this is one of the example of the fractional decimal to binary conversion. Let us see one more example. Convert 0.95 decimal number to its binary equivalent. Again the same process of multiplication of by 2, and the integer you have to take it as a carry, and the first multiplication gives the MSB and the last multiplication gives the LSB. So here you can see that is the first multiplication, so 1.9. So 1.9, the integer you have to take it as a carry, so the integer is 1, and it is nothing but MSB. The left out is 0.9, that is a fraction. So again in second step 0.9 had to be multiplied by 2, you will get 1.8. 1 is the integer you have to put in the as a carry. The left out is a 0.8, and again in the third step 0.8 had to be multiplied by 2. So 1.6 you will get, and 1 is the integer that you have to take as a carry, remaining is a 0.6. So again the 0.6 had to be multiplied by 2. So this process had to be continued up to 0.8, last step. So multiplied by 2 you are getting 1.6, and the fraction is 0.6, and the integer is 1, so that is a LSB. So you can see after the multiplication of 0.8 by 2 the process will be continued. Okay, so we have to stop somewhere. Okay, so after 7 binary digits or 7 multiplication, after 7 multiplication you will get the 7 binary digits like here. So 1 1 1 1 0 0 1. So these are called as binary numbers up to 7 binary digits. So let us stop after getting the 7 binary digits. At that point we are getting a accurate result. Okay, so that point you have to remember. Let us see one more example in next page. So in next page, convert a decimal number 24.6 to a binary number. What we are doing here, we have to separate the integer part and the fractional part. So 24.6. So 24 you have to make it separate, that is called the integer part, and fractional part is a 0.6. Okay, and first, that is the first step, separation. Second step, you have to find the equivalent binary number of a integer part, that is nothing but the 24. So already I have told the method is nothing but double method or repeated division by 2. Still the quotient will be 0. So still the quotient you will get 0. You have to divide by 2, and the remainder you are getting, that remainder you have to take it as a binary equivalent. Already this method I have explained. So after division 24 by 2, we are getting 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. So this is the MSB and this is the LSB. So after this method, we are getting 1, 1. So this 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. Okay. So here you can see 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, base of 2. So that is the equivalent binary form of the decimal number 24. So that is the first step. Second step, for a fractional, already I have explained the step. To convert the fractional decimal, what we have to do? We have to multiply by 2. So that multiplication, the step you can see here. So fraction is 0.6. You have to multiply by 2. You are getting the result 1.2. So integer is 1. So that 1 you have to take it as a carry. So here carry is 1. That is a MSB. And remaining part is 0.2. Again this 0.2 you have to multiply by 2. Here second step. This is the second step. So 0.4 you are getting. So integer is 0. Here you have to put the integer as 0. You are getting 0.4. So again the 0.4 has to be multiplied by 2 in the third step. Here in a third step you have to multiply 0.4 by into 2. You are getting 0.8. So 0 again is a carry. That carry you have to put here. You have to put the carry here. Okay. Then again 1.8 you have to multiply by 2. That is the next step. So 1.6 you are getting. So integer 1 you have to take it as a carry. Okay. Then you are getting 0.6. So 0.6 have to be again multiplied by 2. So you are getting 1.2. So 1 again you have to take it as a integer, and the remaining is 0.2. So this is the MSB and this is the LSB. So 1, 0, 0, 1, 1 is the equivalent of the decimal fractional number 0.6. So total you are getting the result of this 24.6 as 1, 1, 1. Sorry, I will show here. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So this is the 24th equivalent. This is the 24th equivalent. 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. Sorry, I am not getting exactly. Writing is not I am getting. So finally what you are getting, the 1, 1, 0, 0, 0 base of 2 that I have already shown here, and after the fractional we are getting 1, 0, 0, 1, 1 from this to this. So this combination is equivalent of 24.6 decimal number. Okay, so here you can see. Okay, so that is a equivalent binary number. Okay, so this is the one of the example we have seen. So in next, coming to binary arithmetic. So in binary arithmetic we are dealing with binary addition and binary subtraction. So computers or any CPU, central processing unit, they will not process the numbers in form of decimal numbers. They require or they will process under a computer or a CPU only the binary numbers. Here we are discussing the binary arithmetic called as a binary addition, and by binary addition we can have the binary subtraction, multiplication and division. Okay, so that is a binary arithmetic. There are some rules to perform the binary additions. So that table, here you can observe the table. So this table gives the rules for the binary addition, how to perform the addition of the binary numbers. For performing the addition of the binary numbers, you must follow these rules. So let us assume we have the two numbers called as A and B. If the A is 0 plus 0, B is 0, then you are getting the sum as a 0. Here you can see, and the carry is also 0. This table you have to remember. This is very important, the rules to perform the binary addition. Okay, and then next 0 plus 1 means A is 0, B is 1. You are getting the sum 1 and carry 0. A is 1, B is 0, so 1 plus 0, so sum is 1 and carry is 0. And the last one, A is 1, B is 1, sum is 0 and carry is 1. So this table you have to remember to perform a binary addition. Okay, so let us see an example how to perform the binary addition. This is a very important concept. Let us see the example. Add 1010 base of 2 and 0011 base of 2. So this addition we are performing here. So 1010, that is a decimal equivalent of 10. 0011, this is the decimal equivalent of 3. You should get decimal result as a 13. But how to perform here the binary addition? So 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1, how much you are getting the sum? Sum is 1 here. Okay, next 1 plus 1. This is the 1, this is the 1, means A is 1 and B is 1. Then you are getting the sum 0 and you are getting a carry. The carry is generated after addition of 1 with 1. You are getting 0, sum and carry 1. Then the third step is you have to add the 0 and 0. You are getting sum 0, carry 0. So that sum you have to add with the carry. That is in the third step. So if you add the 0 and 1, you are getting 0 and 1. You are getting sum as a 1. So here 1 you will get. Then 1 0. So 1 and 0 you are getting the sum 0. After adding the 1 with 0, you are getting sum 1 and carry 0. So that is the last one. So this is a addition of the binary called as a binary arithmetic. Okay, so the addition of between these two binary numbers are totally based upon this table. So this table is very important. Please remember the table. These are nothing but the rules to perform the binary addition. Let us see one example of addition. So add 28 and 15 in binary. Already I have discussed always the decimal number called as a 28 and 15 both have to be converted into binary form by repeated addition by 2. So that already I have discussed, so here I will not discuss. After the addition, we want to perform here addition of 28 with 15 in binary, means the 28 and 15 you have to convert. These are the two decimal numbers, 28 and 15. So 28 have to be converted as binary form. Next 15 have to be converted into binary form. You will get 1 1 1 0 0. That is a binary equivalent of 28, and 1 1 1 1 4 ones, that is the equivalent of decimal 15. Okay, so that is the first step. Next, what I have to do? Add 28 with 15. So next step is, here you can see, so this is a 28 and this is a 15. You should get decimal as a 43. So decimal equivalent binary form 1 1 1 0 0, and decimal equivalent of 15 0 1 1 1 1. Okay, so here you have to add it. Okay, after addition of these two, you are getting 1 0 1 0 1 1. Okay, so this is the equivalent binary result for the addition of these 28 and with 15. Okay, so this addition between the binary numbers, you have to refer the table for addition. Okay, so that is a addition of 28 and 15. What we are doing? We are converting the decimal number 28 and 15 in binary form by repeated addition by 2. We are getting the binary form, and that binary we have to add it by referring the table. Let us see the rules for binary subtraction. So again, here you can see the binary subtraction means A, B, here we have the difference and the borrow. So these two parameters are there in a subtraction. We are getting the difference and borrow. So A is 0 and B is 0, A minus 0, A minus B means A is 0, B is 0, so 0 minus 0. So the difference you are getting as a 0, and the borrow is also 0. Okay, next A is 0, B is 1, so 0 minus 1 is, we are getting the difference as 1, and the borrow is also 1. Difference is 1 and borrow is 1 when you subtract 0 minus 1. Third step, A is 1, B is 0, so 1 minus 0, so difference you are getting 1 and the borrow is 0. A is 1, B is 1, we want to subtract 1 minus 1, you get the difference 0 and borrow 0. This you have to remember, this table. The table is for the binary subtraction. For binary subtraction, you have to refer this table. Okay. Next, let us see the example. You want to subtract 0 1 0 1 from 1 0 1 1. So here you can see 1 0. First step is 1 0 1 1. Second step 0 1 0 1. We want to subtract. So 1 minus 1. What you get? Difference is 0 and the borrow is also 0. Okay. Then you have to subtract this 1 minus 0. So after 1 minus 0, you are getting the difference 1 and the borrow is 0. Okay. Then third step 0 minus 1. So after 0 minus 1, you are getting the difference 1 and the borrow is 1 here. The borrow is 1. Borrow is generated after minus the 1 minus 0 minus 1. So next the 1 again here you can see. So you have to perform this 1 minus 0. So 1 minus 0, you are getting the difference 1 here and the borrow 0. So difference is 1. So this 1 had to be subtracted from the borrow. So 1 minus 1, you are getting the difference 0. Okay, so finally you are getting this 0. Okay, so that is the steps for the subtraction of the binary number. Okay, up to this we have discussed about only the numbers which doesn't have any sign, means negative number and positive numbers we have not considered. We only considered the numbers only without any sign. So how to deal with the signed numbers? Signed numbers means the numbers called as a positive numbers, the numbers called as a negative numbers. To represent the numbers in a positive number or a negative number, so then it is called as a signed binary numbers. In signed binary numbers, how to represent the signed binary numbers? So here refer this figure. The figure is for the 8-bit. We are considering 8-bit binary number. Okay, so 8-bit means we have the 8 bits are shown from B0 means bit 0 to B7. So B0 to B7 makes a 8-bit binary number, and this B0 is called as a LSB. B0 is a LSB, that is a this one is called as a LSB. Okay, and this is LSB and this is the MSB. Okay, so last bit called as a B7 is a MSB, and the first bit called as a B0. Okay, here we have the B0, that is called as LSB. Okay, so B0 to B6, here you can see this is called as a magnitude. The number's magnitude is represented from B0 to B6. B0 to B6 is called as a magnitude, and the last one called as a MSB is used to indicate the sign. The number is positive or negative, that is indicated by the sign held by B7 or MSB. Okay, so this is the MSB, and this MSB is used to indicate a positive number or negative number. The MSB, if the MSB is 1, the number is negative. Please remember, if the MSB is 1, here we have the 1, then it is a negative number. If MSB or B7 is 0, so it is a positive number. Okay, is it clear? If the MSB or B7 is 1, then the number is called as a negative number. If the MSB or B7 is 0, then it is a positive number. Here you can see some examples called as a plus 6 minus 14 plus 24 minus 64. Here you can observe minus 14 means, here you can see the MSB 1. Here you can see the MSB as 1, or MSB is 1 for the minus 14. Also you can observe minus 64, the MSB is 1. And for positive numbers plus 6, you can observe the MSB is 0, and the plus 24, the MSB is 0. So the MSB is 0 means it is a positive number. If MSB is 1 means it is a negative number. So this is called as a signed number. How to represent the number for the positive numbers and negative numbers. For any 8-bit number, the range for the decimal is from 0 to 255. Please remember, for the decimal numbers for the 8-bit means B0 to B7. The binary we have 8-bit means we have the range from B0 to B7. For that 8-bit, the decimal range is from 0 to 255. Okay, so here you can observe this 0 to 255 is a range for the decimal. Okay, for the 8 to represent a 8-bit binary. And as I already told, the first B0 to B6 represents the magnitude, and the last MSB represents the sign which is used to indicate it is a positive number or negative number. To represent the numbers for positive as well as negative numbers, the maximum range called as 255 had to be divided by 2, or equally we have to divide. Means 0 to plus 127, the range used to represent the positive numbers, and the below 0 means minus 1 to minus 128 is used to represent the negative numbers. So the range is from minus 128 to plus 127. You can see minus 128 to plus 127 gives the range of 0 to 255. Okay, so negative numbers we can represent from minus 1 to minus 128 for the 8-bit binary number, and the positive numbers 0 to plus 127. So that is the range to represent the positive numbers. So let us see what is a ones complement representation. Ones complement means you have to invert the number. If the number is 1, you have to make it 0. If the number is 0, you have to make it 1. So that is called as a inversion or ones complement. So in ones complement, what we are doing, we are inverting the number from 1. If a 1 is there, then you have to convert it into 0, or you have to put it as a 0. If the 0 is there, then you have to make it as a 1. So fine, let us see, that is called as a ones complement. So let us see an example. Ones complement. Find ones complement of 1, 1, 0, 1. Here you can see the example. Write it in the number. So write the number. So here you can see the number here. So instead of 1, you have to make it 0. Instead of 0, you have to make it 1. So 1 becomes 0, 0 becomes 1, again 1 becomes 0, 1 becomes 0. So 1, 1, 0, 1, ones complement you will get 0, 0, 1, 0. So that is called as a ones complement. Again you can see the next example, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. That is the next example here. So number had to be, so the 1 will become 0, 0 becomes 1, and 0 becomes again 1, 1 becomes 0, 1 becomes 0, 1 becomes 0, 0 becomes 1, 1 becomes 0. So 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 is a ones complement of the 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. Okay, so this process is called as a ones complement representation. Let us see the twos complement. What is the twos complement? In twos complement, what we are doing, we have to convert into ones complement, then you have to add 1. to the 1's complement. Then you will get the 2's complement. So in 2's complement, first step is the number had to be converted into 1's complement form. Then the 1's complement form you have to add with 1. Then it is called as a 2's complement. So let us see the example. Find 2's complement of 1 0 0 1 here. So number is 1 0 0 1 converted into 1's complement. So 1 becomes 0, 0 becomes 1, 0 becomes 1 and 1 becomes 0. Then this is the 1's complement. Then 1's complement, then you have to add 1. So after addition of the 1 to the 1's complement, you will get the 0 1 1 1. It is a 2's complement. Similarly, there is one more example. Here it is shown. So go through it. Okay. So let us see the 2's complement arithmetic. There are 4 cases in the 2's complement arithmetic. There are 2 cases for the addition and for the subtraction. For each case of the arithmetic, like 2's complement addition, there are 4 cases based upon the type of number. If the number both are positive, that is a case 1 here. Both are positive. So take the example, add 53 with 44. Okay, what we are doing here, we are converting the 53 here and 44, that is in decimal form, into the binary form. Then we are adding the binary numbers by referring the table of the binary arithmetic for addition. Okay, then you will get this. Finally, you will get this number. That is equivalent of the decimal number 97. So case 2, one number is positive and another number is negative, which is smaller. So the example is add 120 with minus 155. So minus 155, please remember the negative numbers. To represent a negative number, what we have to do? We have to convert it into the 2's complement. Please remember one point. All the negative numbers have to be converted into 2's complement. So already told how to convert into 2's complement. So here you can see 120 is a positive number, 55 is a next number which is a smaller negative number. So you have to convert this 55 into the 1's complement. Here you will get the step. Then next one is a 2's complement. So the 2's complement will get 1100 1001. That is a 2's complement of 55. Okay. So then this 2's complement number had to be added with the 120 number. Okay. So then you should get the 120. Here you can see 120 plus minus 55, you should get 65. Okay. So decimal 120 is here and the 2's complement is here. So you have to perform the addition, and this addition you have to perform by referring the table already I was shown. Okay. So next comes to the case 3. In case 3 here, positive number and large negative number. So 32 and minus 50. The example is 32 and minus 50. So decimal number, you have to convert the 32 decimal number into binary form here. Then 50, that is a decimal number that have converted into 2's complement. So negative number always you have to convert into 2's complement. So after 2's complement of the 50, you will get 1100 1110. So here you will get the 2's complement. So next you have to add the 32 plus minus 50. You should get minus 18 in a decimal form, and let us see how we will get into the binary form. So here you are getting Let us see in the next slide. Here we want to perform the addition. So 32 here you can see, and minus 50. So you will get minus 1 minus 18. So what we are doing, decimal number here we are writing. This is the decimal number of the 32 and 2's complement of 50. The next is a 2's complement of the 50. That is a minus 50, which represents the minus 50. So you have to add here by using the table. You are getting the result. Please remember, after this addition you are getting the result in 2's complement. Okay, so this is not our required result. We have to get the original output or result. We have to have the reverse operation of the 2's complement. So here what we are doing, we have to subtract. Please remember, here we have to subtract the result what we got here, that is in a 2's complement form. We should not require the 2's complement form. We have to convert into original form. To get the original number, we have to subtract this by 1. So here there is nothing but the borrow. So 2's complement number is shown here, and you have to subtract here, and this subtraction you have to perform by using the table of the, already I have told the table for the binary subtraction. So here you can see 0 minus 1, you are getting the 1 as a difference, and you are getting a borrow. Okay, so the borrow is generated. Then 1 minus 1 means this is the first one, then the borrow after minus 1, of the second bit with the borrow you will get the 0. 1 minus 1 is a 0. Difference you are getting is a 0. Okay, here you can see the next bit. Okay, so after this you are getting the ones format, ones complement format, 1 1 1 0 1 1 0 1. This after subtracting by 1 you are getting the number is converted into ones complement form. So here this is the ones complement form, this number. So to get the original number, what have to do, convert into ones complement. So nothing but you have to convert back into the original form. So you have subtracted by 1, then what we are doing, ones complement. So ones complement you will getting, you have to invert all the numbers of the ones complement. The ones complement here, this is in a ones complement form. So you have to invert all the numbers. Invert means instead of 1, if 1 is there you have to put 0. If 0 is there you have to put 1. So you will get the 18. So this is the method for the case 3. Case 4, let us see both negatives. Case 4 for the both negative numbers. So in both negative numbers, here you can see both negative numbers. So let us add minus 30 and minus 20. So decimal number of 30 is here. As I told, minus means we have to convert the 30 into the 2's complement. After 2's complement we are getting 1 1 1 0 0 0 1 0. That is a 2's complement here of the first number. Then 2's complement of 20. Here you are getting, that is a 1 1 1 0 1 1 0 0. That is a 2's complement of the next number 20. Okay. Then addition minus 30 plus minus 20. Both are negative numbers. and these both negative numbers we are adding. So here you have to put the 2's complement of the first, 2's complement of second. So you are getting the 2's complement of 50. The result is in the form of 2's complement form. 2's complement form. Okay. As I told, the 2's complement result is not required. We have to convert it into the original form by original binary number by reverse process. Reverse process means instead of addition, the 2's complement number we have to subtract. Okay, so subtract by 1. So already I told how to subtract. After subtract the 2's complement of 50, you are getting the number that is in a 1's complement form. So that 1's complement form, again you have to invert it. Invert means reverse it. So reversing, after reversing you are getting 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 0. So that is one of the techniques. Let us see the next slide. We have discussed about the addition of 2's complement for the 4 cases. Same 4 cases you can have for the subtraction. So let us see how to subtract 2's complement number. Again here we have 4 cases, both positive numbers. So 52 and 18. Let us see how to subtract the 18 from 52. So 52 minus 18, you should get 34 here, and or 52 plus minus 18, in both way you are getting 34. So 2's complement of 18, you have to take the 2's complement of 18. So you are getting the one. How to get the 2's complement? So write in the binary form the 18's equivalent. After binary form, this is the binary equivalent of the 18, this one. So 1's complement, convert the 0 to 1, 1 to 0, so then it is will get the 1's complement, then add 1, so that will get the 2's complement. So after 2's complement, this number had to be subtracted by 52. So here we have the 52, and this is the decimal 2's complement of 18. So 2's complement of 18 are the number are here, and decimal equivalent of 52 binary numbers are here. So after the addition, you are getting the result in form of binary. So 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 0. So which is the equivalent of decimal number 34. Okay, so that is the first case. And second case, positive and small negative. We have the number, let us see, minus 12. We have to subtract from plus 48. So decimal number is 48 and decimal number is 12. So after subtract, you should get the decimal number 60. Okay, so go through this example here, case 2. Okay, then case 3, subtract large negative number with positive. So minus 50 from plus 12. So 12 is here and minus 50 is here. So minus 50, as I told, have to be negative number, means we have to convert into the 2's complement. So decimal, here you can see the decimal number, that is a positive number, and decimal 50 is the next one. Convert the minus 50 into the 2's complement, then add it, you will get 62. So 0 0 1 1 1 1 1 0 is a result for the third case. Let us see the last one. So last case is both negative numbers. So take the example minus 68 from minus 15. So minus 15 minus 68, here you can see. Here you can see minus 15 and minus 68, you should get 53. So decimal complement, so 2's complement of 15, you have to take 2's complement of 15. How to get 2's complement? You have to convert the number into 1's complement. After conversion of 1's complement, you have to add with 1. Here we are adding with 1. You will get the result into 2's complement. This is a 2's complement. Okay, so 2's complement of 15 is here, and the decimal equivalent 68 is here. So after the addition, you will get the 53. You have to neglect the last one, that is a carry. So carry you have to neglect, and you get the number called as a 0 0 1 1 0 1 0 1. That is in a decimal equivalent of 53. You have to neglect the 1. Okay, so this is the technique of the 2's complement addition and 2's complement subtraction. Okay, in next class let us see the octal number. So octal number, in the octal number, the base you have to take as a 8. Okay, so 8 is a weight or position. Let us discuss in next lecture. Okay, thank you very much.